Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, my name is Jessie, and on this channel I document what it looks like to close down my life in the United States and move abroad to another country. If that interests you, please stick around. I'm also using YouTube as a sort of exposure therapy and daily posting to get used to using my voice more, avoiding perfectionism, and being open to criticism. Isn't that so fun? Healthy habits, healthy habits. So today, while I process this beautiful garlic, over here are Spanish and Italian varieties. And these are the German hardnecks that have been curing for about 3 weeks. So it's time to get them into their sort of final storage state, give them a little trim, put them in this box with the Spanishes and the Italians. But yeah, I wanted to talk today about the illusion of achievements because it's so easy when you're going through a transition, or if you have your eyes set on something different than what you have now. It's so easy to romanticize it. It's so easy to, like think that the grass is so much greener on the other side apart from where you're at. And I just wanted to talk about how that's not always true. I watched this short film. I love short films. I recently watched this short film the other day. It's called The Neighbor's Window. It's so good. You should look it up. Just go to YouTube or Google or whatever and type in The Neighbor's Window short film and you'll see it. I think it's about like 20 minutes long. But it's essentially a story. I won't give everything away, but it's essentially a story about these two people live across the street from each other and they can see inside of each other's houses. And the main characters is this family. They're like a young-ish family. Maybe the parents are in their early 40s or something, and they have young kiddos, and they always look longingly across the street. Ooh, they always look longingly. Oh my gosh, is he gonna stay here? Across the street into these like young adults, maybe like early mid 20s couple's apartment, and they're feeling jealous that they're so much younger, that they have more friends, that they have more parties, they have more opportunities to like have fun and be free spirited, all while they're in the house like nursing new babies and like having to wake up in the middle of the night to clean up throw up and just all of that, right? And so the whole short film essentially documents their jealousy of the 20-year-olds. And upon the film's end, it revealed that the 20-year-old was also looking into their window, longing herself because she has the older couple had like a stable house, they have like a strong relationship, they're expanding their family, they're creating memories, they have like support. And it just really touched me, and I really encourage that you watch it because I did not give it all away, even though it seems that I did. But yeah, I really encourage that you watch it because so many of us catch ourselves in that scenario as well, like comparison to other people's lives or just like comparison to other circumstances, without accepting that every facet of life has its challenges. Like we're trained to always shoot for the stars, always follow our dreams, which is always a good thing because God forbid we all stay stagnant. But I think what it takes away is the appreciation of where we are at any given time, and always looking at where we are with like a negative lens versus what is beautiful about our current circumstances and embracing them and living in the moment all the more. I remember I really wanted a farm business, right? I did not want to be anybody's employee. Um, I didn't want to be anybody's employee. I didn't want anybody having that type of authority over me. I didn't want to be told what to do. I'm not trying to be out in the field, and so I also wanted to sort of escape. This is another important thing. I really wanted to escape um, the workplace oppression that still affects me to this day. But yeah, the workplace oppression at that time before I had ever owned a farm business. I wanted to surround myself with people that I choose to be around or that I choose to hire and not have to, learn how to cope and exist around difficult personalities. How short-sighted, because I left that job, went on to create a farm business, was able to hire a staff who I loved and adored. And that did not absolve me from interacting with personalities uh, that were not my favorite. They're just simply not my bosses anymore. but there are people in the world that I have to get compliance certifications from. If I'm running a farmer's market like I was, I have to get like city and state certifications. I had to get USDA certifications. I had to get certifications from SNAP and maintain certain relationships because I was accepting EBT at the farmers markets. I was renting land, so I had landlords, that I had to comply with their rules and like handle their personalities and they with me. And so that really, and that was in my early 20s or mid 20s, and allowed me to see that sure, your circumstances can change, but life has its difficult parts to it. It has its difficult moments, and we should be encouraged to explore different levels of difficulty in different contexts. I think that's really important because just because a certain situation could be at a level 10 difficulty doesn't mean that level 6 or level 4 difficulties are not out there, in similar scenarios. I hope that tracks. Um but yeah, it really opened my eyes so that I can see that, oh, okay, I need to learn boundaries. I need to learn people skills. I need to learn negotiation. I need to learn tactful communication. I need to learn how to stick in, like how to navigate through negative circumstances versus always running away from them. And as I was operating that farm, I, of course, wanted to own a farm, and like have full control over what gets planted in the ground, full control over how my tools are stored, full control about when I can access the farm, full control about what grants that I could apply to, right? All of those things were choked in land renting. And so I thought, yeah, once I get to that level, then I'll be smooth sailing. You know, the grass is so much greener in farm ownership versus farm renting. Sure, maybe farm renting is a level 12 difficulty, and farm ownership is a different level. It's not an evaporation of all of the issues, right? Because now the issues that I'm contending with is maintenance of the farm, planting, maintaining the crop plan, like planting schedules. My team is here 3 days a week, and there's so much daily, 7 days a week that needs to be done on a farm. All the while I'm doing all the admin, all the HR. I am operations. I am the material procurer. I'm the project manager. Da da da. All these things, and so that's the next issue that I simply have to use the strategy skills that I gleaned elsewhere and implement them here. I think that when we hyperfixate or overly romanticize other grass, overly romanticize other grass, creates this picture of escaping life's woes when that's simply not the answer. You're just going to get different woes that maybe are less intense, and being prepared to go through that. I find it so funny that even millionaires, like a lot of people are motivated by money and like a certain financial status, but not really because of the money that it'll bring, but just because of the freedom and the relaxation that it can bring, right? And so, because those are attainable at different levels of income, that's something we should all think about. But anyway, millionaires get bored. It's so funny how we were talking about the role of conflict in our lives and how we trust it so much in stories, but we fear it in our own lives. We think money will solve many, many different problems, right? Millionaires are bored because they don't have the spiciness that conflict and tension drives in their life, that a struggle brings. They don't have that tension that struggle brings, in that energy, because we were talking about how the inciting incident is the introduction of conflict in a story, and that drives the entire plot of the story, and it also drives the plot of our lives. And if you don't have that, isn't that ironic how that is the conflict, that you don't have any? Can you imagine? As I prepare for this move to Spain, and I'm processing all the life things, I just realize how strongly I want to take a career pivot from farming that is so, so exhausting. And the point of farming being production initially is just not lucrative enough to like pour as much energy as I have into it for the past 10 years. Um, and I want to take a career pivot into being a documentarian, for food cultures and creating culinary experiences that really showcase food traditions and food customs in other in places all around the world. It's a really daunting dream, and I think about all the conflict that I will experience in reaching that dream. You know, I'm going to have to learn a whole new vocabulary. Do you know how long I've been in the realm of conservation and agriculture and yeah, environmentalism? I know all the lingo, I know all the regulating bodies, I know everything. No, I don't know everything. That's not true. But I've been in this game for a while, and so yeah, like taking such a hard pivot into becoming a documentarian and learning all the technology and learning who's who and what's what and like, you know, processes for things is daunting. And there will be struggles in that learning curve, but also as I learn ABC, I'll continue to encounter struggles as I graduate, you know, like from different stages of my life and as we all progress. And so I'm ready to embrace all the struggles that are going to come and not paint this picture of rose-colored glasses that everything is going to be perfect because my environment is different, or the nature of my work is different, or the people that I'm around is different. You know, it's always so easy to look externally, but green grass, we should cultivate that internally so that no matter where we go, we can embrace the good, we can embrace the ickiness, and still have a great time all the same. So, those are just some things that have been on my mind. Thanks for listening to this daily video, to these daily videos, y'all. We're at like 31 subscribers. Folks are like popping in and making comments. I really love reading them. I'm going to share a video of what all this processed garlic looks like in the end so that you can get the gratification as well. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye, guys.